Gary Pallister already had his fair share of problems, from transfer struggles to his fallout with Roy Keane. But his shocking revelation about his health issues, especially with his back, just added to the list. It's heartbreaking to think about everything he was dealing with, both on and off the pitch, while still trying to perform at the highest level. He has been open about his concerns regarding the long-term effects of repeatedly heading footballs. He's even spoken about the painful migraines he suffered from over the years, which naturally raises serious worries about his health. It's tough to imagine what that must be like, knowing that something so central to your career could have lasting consequences. But sadly, that wasn't the only problem he's had to deal with. His transfer to Manchester United was anything but smooth. It turned into a long, drawn-out process filled with complicated negotiations and uncertainty, leaving him in limbo for a while. That kind of situation can be incredibly stressful for a player, especially when you're unsure of where your future lies. At the time, transfers weren't as straightforward as they are today, and for Pallister it was a mentally exhausting ordeal. And then, of course, there's his fallout with Roy Keane, an issue that fans still talk about. It wasn't just a minor disagreement that got brushed under the rug, it led to a full year where the two didn't even speak to each other. The tension started after a team night out, and whatever happened that night was serious enough to create a rift between them. Both Keane and Pallister have spoken about it publicly, proving that, even among teammates, relationships aren't always smooth sailing. For a player like Pallister, who had already faced so many challenges, this was just another tough chapter in his career. What's truly commendable is that, despite these challenges, he maximised every opportunity and made the most of his career. Though he was born in Ramsgate, Kent, his real roots were in Norton, County Durham, where he grew up as a passionate Middlesbrough fan. Like so many young boys who dream of playing professionally, he started out in local football, working his way up through non-league side Billingham Town. It was at this small club that he began to develop the skills and defensive awareness that would later make him one of the best defenders in England. At 19, he got the opportunity of a lifetime when he joined his boyhood club, Middlesbrough. For any footballer, playing for the team you supported as a child is a dream come true, and for Pallister, it was no different. As a defender, he quickly established himself in the squad, showing strong leadership and composure at the back. Over nearly 5 seasons, he made 156 league appearances and played a crucial role in Middlesbrough's rise through the divisions. The late 1980s were a rollercoaster period for the club. Middlesbrough had been struggling financially and almost went out of business, but with Pallister's help, they fought their way back. In 1987, they secured promotion to the Football League's second division, and just a year later, they went one step further, reaching the first division. It was an incredible achievement for a club that had been on the brink of collapse just 2 years earlier. However, staying in the top flight proved to be a challenge, and at the end of the 1988-89 season, Middlesbrough were relegated. Despite this setback, his performances had not gone unnoticed. In 1988, while still playing in the second division, he achieved something rare. He was called up to the England national team. It's not often a player gets the chance to represent their country before even appearing in the top flight. But Pallister's talent was undeniable. His solid defensive displays had earned him recognition, and it was clear that bigger clubs were starting to take notice of him. One of those clubs was Manchester United. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, United were looking to build a squad capable of dominating English football, and they saw Pallister as the perfect addition to their defence. However, signing him wasn't straightforward. His transfer to Old Trafford on August 29, 1989, became one of the most complex deals of its time. The negotiations dragged on, creating uncertainty and stress for Pallister as he waited to see where his future lay. When the deal was finally completed, it was for a record-breaking £2.3 million, a huge amount for a defender at the time. In fact, it was the most money ever spent on a defender in British football, the highest fee ever exchanged between British clubs, and the second most expensive transfer for a British club overall. Only Ian Rush's return to Liverpool from Juventus had cost more. With such a hefty price tag, Pallister was under immense pressure to prove that he was worth the investment. It didn't take long for him to show why United had paid so much for him. He formed an incredible central defensive partnership with Steve Bruce, and together they became the backbone of Ferguson's team. Pallister's composure on the ball, aerial ability, and reading of the game made him a rock in United's defence. One of the standout moments of his United career came in the 1992-93 season. United were on the verge of winning the league, and in their final home game against Blackburn Rovers, Pallister stepped up in stoppage time to score a stunning free kick from the edge of the penalty area. It was his first goal of the season, and it sealed an important 2-1 victory. That season, he and Bruce played a huge role in United securing their first league title in 26 years, marking the start of a new era of dominance under Ferguson. For most of his time at United, Pallister and Bruce were an inseparable duo at the heart of the defence. But after Bruce left for Birmingham City in 1996, Pallister had to adapt to new defensive partners, first with David May and later with Ronnie Johnson. Despite these changes, he continued to be a key figure for United, helping them win their fourth league title in 5 seasons in 1996-97. One of the most memorable performances of his career came in April 1997, when United faced Liverpool in a match billed as the title decider. Pallister stunned the home crowd at Anfield by scoring twice in a crucial 3-1 win. These 2 goals turned out to be the last ones he ever scored for United, but they were among the most significant of his career. By the time he left United in 1998, Pallister had built a legacy as one of the club's great defenders. He had won numerous trophies, including 4 Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups, a League Cup, and the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. More impressively, he was the only player to have won every major honour of Alex Ferguson's reign up to that point. With United looking to refresh their squad, and with Jaap Stam arriving as a new defensive leader, Pallister made an emotional return to Middlesbrough in July 1998. Interestingly, United actually sold him back for £2.5 million, £200,000 more than they had originally paid for him. Back at Middlesbrough, he reunited with Brian Robson, who had been his teammate at Old Trafford and was now managing the club. Though he was no longer at his peak, Pallister still had an impact at Middlesbrough, playing 55 league games and even scoring once against Southampton. Unfortunately, injuries began to take their toll, and as the 2001 season came to an end, it became clear that his body was struggling to cope with the demands of top-flight football. At the age of 36, Pallister announced his retirement on July 4, 2001. His decision came just 3 weeks after Steve McLaren was appointed as Middlesbrough's new manager, bringing an end to a remarkable career that had spanned more than 15 years. Beyond injuries and health worries, he also had personal challenges. But despite the ups and downs, from Middlesbrough's rise to his remarkable years at Manchester United, his legacy as one of English football's finest defenders remains intact. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.